Hey everyone, today I'm going to do a Tristar IC on an iPhone 6 board. I'm not going to be doing any measurements in this video. The symptoms here are a whole shitload of accessory not supported messages, like regardless of what cables are plugged into it. I mean, this guy spent like $2,000 on an original Apple Lightning cable and still gets accessory not supported. He's got like a whole pile of charge cables and he's got one that'll work. So anyways, I've pretty well confirmed that this thing is super picky about charge cables, and I've also confirmed that it is not the dock connector. His other symptom is rapid battery drain. I don't even know why I tried the dock connector. So I'm going to do a Tristar IC on this today. iPhone 6 Tristar it's not really one of my favorite, but it's a hell of a lot better than trying to do it on an iPhone 5 or an iPad Air. I'll never do this on an iPad Air again. Not unless it's for like data recovery and it's causing some situation where it won't boot. I do not care to do IC replacements that have been underfilled. So anyways, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the shield off of this board. Give it a second here for my hot air to heat up. That's what I'm staring at here in front of me. I'm going to turn off the autofocus or this thing's going to drive you guys batshit crazy. So let's get this thing. Now I'm in control of the focus. Yeah. Right there. That's in focus. Okay. So I'm going to turn my airflow up pretty high. I don't know if you can hear that or not. Also, I don't remember what microphone I've got selected today, so I hope this turns out okay. Let's see, we got any stickers in the way? No. Alright, let's start heating this dude up. But the worst mistake I've ever made taking shields off was accidentally sticking the bottom of my tweezers under the whole board instead of the shield, and I'm like pulling on it going, what the hell? The shield on this side of the board is a heck of a lot easier than the shield on the other side of the board. This dude here is going to pop right off. Alright, let's heat it up hot. Not too much time around the NAND. And no pulling, just gently lifting. There we go. Shield's off. Quick and easy. Now, the Tristar IC, it is surrounded, not an underfill. It's more of a rubbery coating. Let's see, where did that land at on this view? There we go. I think I got it pretty well in the middle of the screen for you. So that's our Tristar IC right there. And it's covered in this crappy coating. Let's see. What did I make? You know what? I didn't set a hotkey for my microscope camera. That was smooth. So, okay. There's our Tristar IC. Nicely covered in that coating. I do not have a simulfocal microscope head on this microscope, so I'm not going to be doing this repair to where you can see under the microscope yet. I'm terribly sorry, but it is just fucking impossible to solder with one eye. You need the depth perception. You can tell where you're at this way with one eye, but you can't tell where you're at this way. And there will be a lot of mistakes made trying to do this with one eye, especially my bad eye, my right eye. So I'm going to be doing this and then showing you what it looks like through the microscope. I do have a simulfocal microscope head that I'm going to have here within a couple of weeks, and from there I'll be able to start doing live repairs. So let me fix this so that I can need it, so that I can see it, and I need to see it much worse than you do. I'm going to keep this board hot here for the sake of picking that garbage off around that Tristar IC. I think you'll be able to see that on my camera view. Let me grab something a little sharper than those tweezers. Let's keep the board hot. This rubbery stuff really just falls apart when it's hot enough. How did I know that locked up? Son of a bitch. Okay, my camera froze. I don't know why, probably because I'm trying to cram an awful lot of crap through a USB 2.0 hub. I'm going to be sticking a new workstation here for doing this here really soon. Setting myself back up here for manual focus so that this thing don't drive you crazy. Okay, seriously, I'm like one of the most patient people in the world. Which, speaking of patience, did this little, hey, that camera didn't lock up yet. I'm like one of the most patient people in the world, but my patience is starting to run a little bit thin for flip phones. And you know, I don't care what you walk in the door with here. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. I'm not going to make you feel dumb. I'm going to talk to you about whatever it is that your problem is. But whenever you come in here with a flip phone, and I politely describe to you why it is that I don't want to work on your $20 prepaid phone, and you turn around and talk to me like what I'm doing don't mean shit, like, all right, well, good luck to you, is the kind of attitude I just got out of this. And it's like, dude, I just spent 20 minutes rubbing your back and making you feel good about the dumbass problem you had with your flip phone. And then you turn around and talk down to me like the shit I'm doing is just worthless because I ain't fixing your flip phone. Take that shit somewhere else. Go to the dollar store and buy another one. Fuck. Okay. Where was I? Oh yeah, I was going to heat the rubber coating on the Tristar IC on this iPhone 6 board. I'm going to throw a nickel on the NAND. It is underfilled, and I hate underfill. So, alright, let's see if this camera will cooperate. Let me get my focus bar selected, since none of this equipment is made to work the way that I'm using it. It's about as good as we're going to get there. So, I'm going to turn my air down. Hot air. I normally work at about 375. I'm going to turn this down to about 200, because right now I'm not trying to melt solder. I'm trying to heat the shit out of this stupid rubber coating. Like, why did they even do that? I mean, if you get the board wet, it's still trash. That rubber coating's not saving anybody from anything. Anyways, okay. Rubber coating, so we're going to heat the board up. This rubber coating really sucks to remove, but when you heat it up hot enough, it kind of comes off like butter. Kind of blowing it away with the hot air here. I can't wait to get simulfocal because I'm really close to being able to show you a live view of what's going on here. But I am not about to do this shit with one eye, so I'm really sorry. Okay, smaller tool. Straight pen. My 2006 nickel. This is an area of the board that just takes a ridiculous amount of heat to pop this chip off of here. I mean, ridiculous amounts of heat. I'm never going to get used to that camera being in my way. Ow, you don't stick your hand to the metal on your hot air. It hurts. Okay. I think I've got enough of that off of there to go ahead and start torquing on this dude with some real heat. I'm going to go back up to, I'm going to do 380. Turn my airflow down. Set the temperature and let it stabilize. And clean this up a little bit here. Am I still moving? Yeah. A little laggy, but I'll be improving this here, guys. The recent attention on this touch disease thing is just had us going completely batshit crazy here. Okay, I'm going with a little alcohol so I can make sure and mark orientation. Even if I know which way it's facing, I still mark it because there's always a brain fart. And you don't want to put this one on upside down or sideways or... There we go. I put just a tiny little scuff of an arrow on the board there. Alright, hot air's at 380. Throw a little flux on this little fucker. Alright. Heating. Make sure my captain is loose because I don't want to smash on the shield that's under the board here. And how is my focus? Am I still in? I'm as in as it's getting, folks. Sorry. See how many of these other components want to come off here with it. Should be just about there here. So ridiculous amounts of heat on this area of the board. I wonder how different it would be without my nickel. You know, that heat sinking could be causing me to use more heat, but damn, that was really rough. Don't do what I just did. There wasn't enough heat there when I removed that chip. I got lucky, and I didn't tear any pads that I can see, but yeah, that was that was really sloppy. So don't do what I just did. Gonna have to heat it up a little farther than that. And double check here. You know, everything did stay in place though. Yeah, look at this mess I just made. I think this camera is what caused my other camera to freeze. We'll see what happens. I'm going to show you what this looks like through my view. No hotkey on that one yet. Here's my view. Okay. So yeah, a really poor frame rate doing this through USB 2. I have tested this camera with HDMI, and it's considerably better. But yeah, you can tell by the flat spot. You can tell by the flat spots on some of these that I didn't have enough heat on it whenever I pulled it, and boy, I got to have simulfocal head on this before I can do this live. So I'm going to take that view away from you guys. Terribly sorry, but I'm not doing this one with one eye. I'm not doing it. So just in case this is what locked me up, I'm going to shut that camera off. And we're not locked up. So, alright, we got this rubbery coating to deal with. The board is still really hot, so it's just kind of wiping around here like butter. And it seems to be a little diluted with flux. I'm just happy I didn't take any of these surrounding components off with it. Sometimes they'll hang up in that rubbery stuff. And sometimes these, I don't know if you can see that, these two little components right here, when you're trying to clean the crap off, they'll pop loose. Alright, I think I just about got all this garbage out of the way. Okay. That's the professional thing to do with overfill. You bunch it up on the tip of your tweezers and then wipe it on your shorts. That's what the professionals do. What time is it anyway? I think it's almost lunchtime. It's like, hey, let's make the Tristar IC a pain in the ass to fix. That'll be awesome. But, you know, people can say what they want to say about repairability of Apple products. Look at what Samsung's done. There ain't no quick diagnosis for anything. You know, somebody can walk in here with an iPhone and I can pop it open reasonably quick and check just about anything that's wrong with it. Compared to these new Galaxy phones where it's a pain in the ass to get in them. So, Apple shit, it really is pretty dang repairable. I'm going to go with some fresh paste here. When doing micro BGA rework, I always wind up, I use solder paste to tin the tip of my iron with and get a blob on the iron. Alright, we're going to add some flux. Oh, let's see if I can show you what this looks like before I do anything. And I'm going to... Okay, we're back. And we have microscope view. This is what this area looks like right now. Okay. See, there's no way in hell I can do this without my depth perception. I'm terribly sorry, but I can't tell if these pads are humped up. I can't tell what they look like, so I can't let you keep that view. This view here is about the best I get without simulfocal microscope, so let me use my eyes. It's more important for me to see it than you, sorry. I'm never going to get anything done. Go get the phone. I'm back. Okay, I don't miss doing screen replacements. I think in one of my first videos I thought, you know what I'd really like to get away from? Screen replacements. And man, you really do set your own fate here. And yeah, my gosh, what I did with one eye, I mean, it's terrible. So I'm paying, I'm gonna buy the cheap Amscope simulfocal head. It's just under 300 bucks, and it will allow me to show you what I'm doing and keep my left eye. Okay, this is pretty acceptable for a new IC. Clean up this one pad. I always wind up doing this with a pretty big iron. It sucks to try to clean off pads with a micro pencil, especially with, like, if they're ground pads. They take a lot more heat and it don't work out. It is that gamer locking that up. I got some troubleshooting to do here. I'm glad it's got more than just that USB 2 output. That's why I chose that one. I wanted to be able to do USB 2 or HDMI. USB 2's got, you know, the picture's really grainy and compressed. That camera looks quite a bit better when you hook it to HDMI. So I got this one so I could be able to upgrade as I go. Okay. The fuck is that? A little solder ball found its way in there. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and show you what this looks like. We're going to remove our tape from the table because I no longer need the stability. Alright, let's see if I can show you what this looks like. So this is what I do to the pads. I don't wick them. I hover a ball of solder over the top of them. And as you can see, these pads are all really flat across the board. Man, this frame rate sucks. Okay, I'm going to do some serious upgrading on equipment, folks. Starting with HDMI capture so I can get rid of this crappy USB compression stuff and video freezing. I'm going to be switching over to my other workstation that is not a laptop, and that way I can get some more ass behind this. I don't have enough processing power here. So anyways, I'm going to put a new chip on this board. This looks really good. If I wore a 16A3 chip, where would I be? Oh yeah, my top left drawer. Get this one done, and then I got to do touch IC repairs. So I'm taking that view away from you because I need it. Okay, and I'm going to try to get this focused up so, you know, that's about the best I can do here and still provide a good service to our customer. I wish I could give you a better view, but I really just can't. So I made a dumb mistake. I got the old Tristar. No, wait. I think I dumped out 2 of them. These things are so tiny it's hard to tell. Yeah, I did. I dumped out 2 of them. Whoops. Yeah, I dumped out 2 of them, and okay, here it is. I'm going to say, and then I laid my arm across the strip here and then lost the strip, which I did that the other day with Mason ICs, iPhone 6. I always drop the ones that are probably still good in my little drawer, just kind of loose. They've got the balls all screwed up on the bottom of them. Alright, I'm going to inspect the chip. Looks good. It is actually new. Almost, you know, a lot of times when you order these, they come and then they're not new. You'll find you can just plainly tell they've been reballed from water-damaged phones. These came from microsolderingsupply.com. I believe that's Mark Schaefer's business with iPad Rehab. The guy is a gold mine for information. He really knows his shit. There's been a couple of things that he'd said that I disagreed with, and then a week later wound up going back and finding myself doing it exactly the way Mark Schaefer says to do it. It's like, oh man, that guy's brilliant. Alright, let's set this on the board. I'm going to go ahead and throw a nickel over my NAND where I sat my IC in the way. Over here. I think NAND memory likes to get hot. I don't think there's much of an issue blasting it with hot air, but I don't care to find out the hard way with a phone that don't boot. So start heating this board up. Go ahead and apply a little flux. I'm trying to go as easy as I can on the flux because I don't have time to ultrasonic clean the board over a simple Tristar replacement. I'm still ultrasonic cleaning them after I do Mason and Cumulus Touch ICs, which I'm doing both of them on almost every one of them now. Just because I'm trying to really minimize the returns. Alright. Well, I like how these line up. Watch, this thing's going to give me 50 kinds of hell. can here. You know, the balls are like all around the outside and they're right around the edges, so you can really see your alignment pretty good compared to the like the Cumulus Touch IC where the balls are inset from the perimeter of the chip. Alright, since I'm the only one at the shop today, I had to let the board cool down and deal with a customer, but hey, this time it was actually a paying customer and not somebody with a fucking flip phone wanting to criticize me for not working on flip phones. Alright, we're going to do this IC so I can move on and do the popular Touch IC repairs that I've got stacking up on me as we speak. It's becoming kind of difficult to keep up with the local stuff. Now, I'm bringing the temperature of this board up slowly. I can't really see my hot air nozzle in that view, but you can probably hear the air getting a little. I'm kind of bringing it up slow, and then about the time I see flux bubbling, I'm moving in for the. I'll usually back away once more and then move in for the kill. I'll just get all crazy on me since I'm doing a video. Alright, I'm getting a little closer. I see that chip slowly moving. I much prefer it when they do a big jump. And we're not there yet. When the chip will snap back, when it'll pull itself back, that's typically where you can take the V off. And I am not melting solder yet, guys. Nothing like an iPhone 5C or a 5S. This repairs a breeze on that. Okay, chip just moved into place. I'm going to give it one little nudge. It snap back. Remove heat. Yay! Man, it takes a lot of heat on these boards in that spot. Not really sure why. I'm sure it has to do with the PC board. But yeah, iPhone 5Cs and 5Ss, this repair is way easier. So we're on there really good. I'm going to make an attempt here. Again, to show that to you through this other camera. Alright, I bet you can see it now. Okay, so here's our new Tristar IC. Installed. It's got a bunch of gunk around it. I'm going to make an attempt to inspect its balls with this microscope staring at my screen, and because of all my flux, I don't think I'm going to be able to do it. I'll probably clean the flux off here first. Okay. This is going to be good. I'm going to take an alcohol and toothbrush to it. Where'd that other... I'll get my recording stuff straight here. This is horseshit. This has been like the worst video ever. I'm going to hold the board to where gravity is going to bring any liquid I put on it down away instead of having it run across all these other ICs. Compressed air. I'm going to be switching to an air compressor pretty soon, but there's something really comforting about the way dry CO2 dries up alcohol. It's really good. So, I wonder what that USB disconnect tone was just now. Probably some bull. Okay. Alright, now let's have an attempt here to look at the balls. With this view that's locked up. I'm just scrubbing that a little bit more. I really like to try not to send these out with any visible flux on them, but you know when you sit a big IC on the board, you're not getting the flux out from under it. It's not going to happen. This isn't a big IC, but wow, no depth perception sucks. I'm doing this little cleanup here with one eye. All right. Go ahead and look at it from this angle. This is way more time than I would ever spend on this IC replacement. And there's sort of the whole general area. So as you can see, I really am nitpicking. This is like probably cleaner than what it needs to be, yet I'm still sitting here fucking nitpicking over a little bit of flux. And there's the other side. So this looks really good. Let's see if it'll charge the battery. I'm going to kill that microscope because it'll interfere with this hub it's plugged into. The last video I do this way, I guarantee you that. Alright, so that camera's showing. Let's pop this in a housing. I've got a lightning cable plugged in here that would not charge this phone. It would say accessory not supported. Can't believe this is going to have to be clipped together in like 5 different videos due to me trying to stream video through USB. What a joke. Let me grab a test screen here. That'll work. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful test screen. I try not to do any testing with the customer's screen because, you know, sometimes you fold these things back and forth once and that's it. They're done. Anything dumb? I don't think so. Apple logo, yay. Well, I picked a brilliant test screen for this video, didn't I? Probably should have picked a different one for the sake of looking good on a video. I'm actually going to be targeting the corner of the screen here that shows the battery. I don't know if I can pull that off or not. Yeah, I can. Okay, you can see we're at 74. I'm going to go ahead and unlock this phone. Yay! I don't know if you're going to be able to see that on this video or not, but I can promise you I have a little lightning symbol there, and it is charging, where this cable before I did this repair consistently would be accessory not supported, as well as the whole pile of chargers I have out front. Out of the pile there was one of them that would charge this, and the customer had the same description. So that combined with rapid battery drain, I mean it's a pretty classic Tristar issue. So but that makes it a lot better, don't it? So what I'm going to do now is make sure this thing is going to raise the battery percentage. I think my wife's here. Okay, so we're waiting for this thing to raise the battery percentage. As soon as it raises the battery percentage, I'm going to take the board out and go ahead and solder the shield back on it, because this is going to be a solid repair. A pretty classic Tristar failure. I kind of wish I knew why it got coated in rubber along with a lot of the other stuff on the board. That rubber coating really causes some nightmares doing IC replacements. Yay, 75. And then one other thing I'm going to do, nice burn spot focused right there in the middle. We're at 4 volts and rising. This phone is fixed. Actually 4.1 and rising, so we're good. I'm going to slide the power off. How you doing? Love you. Very nice.
So now that you know.
So I'm just gonna sort of line up the screw holes. You mother. Okay, this is embarrassing. I always watch to see when the solder melts. I kind of push and raise up a little bit on the tweezers and I run it right to the point where it's melting, and I pull the hot air away and let it cool. And I carry on that way pretty well around the whole ship. I try to go really light alongside this NAND though because it's underfilled and I hate underfill. Underfill and solder are not friends, no matter what Apple tries to tell you. Okay, we're down. This side. I do just little bits at a time because I try to keep very little heat on these boards, as little as possible. That is unless you're doing Tristar on an iPhone 6. That takes a shit ton of heat. No more movement. We're soldered all the way around. So there you have it. A really crappy video of an iPhone 6 Tristar repair. This customer is going to be here to get their phone here in a couple hours. They're going to be happy to hear that it's done. I got to do quite a bit of clipping to correct the issues where I had camera freezing and stuff, but this one turned out really good. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching.